What's really amazing about this film is that it's the first time we've seen an all-female team-up movie on the screen, but this has long been in the works. I was fortunate enough to work on the first Captain Marvel movie, where we very intentionally made sure that Monica was the age that she was, because we knew that one day we wanted Monica Rambeau as an adult and Carol Danvers to share the big screen together. And of course, when we had the opportunity at Marvel Studios to make Miss Marvel, our team on the Marvels and the Miss Marvel team really operated in lockstep and kept open lines of communication. It's a no-brainer to pair Kamala up with Carol Danvers in this next installment, because it's through Miss Marvel, who's the ultimate Captain Marvel fan, that we're able to examine the idea of Captain Marvel as a hero, and deconstruct that, and really get to know Carol Danvers for the person that she is, and ultimately come to the realization and the fact that no one person can shoulder the burden of an entire universe on their own. And together, a team and people and women are together more than the sum of their parts. At the beginning of this film, we find Carol Danvers more or less where we left her off after the events of Endgame and after the events of Captain Marvel 1. She vowed to destroy the Kree Empire, and she has done that. But now she is shouldering the burden of unforeseen consequences to her actions. It's certainly been theorized what Captain Marvel might be doing out in space, theorized by the likes of Miss Marvel. And what's great is that in this film, we get to catch up with Carol and come to really understand where she has been and who she's been interacting with all this time. Bree's an incredible Captain Marvel. She devotes herself 110% to the physicality of the role. She's a decisive, empathetic, thoughtful person who understands the responsibility of her role and what it means to so many people. And that's so similar to Captain Marvel and what Captain Marvel means to the idea of heroism. Well, what we can expect from Jersey's very own superhero, Miss Marvel, in this film is the joy and delight and sense of wonderment that she brings to every adventure she touches. This movie presents Kamala with an experience, an adventure unlike anything she's experienced before. The universe is certainly larger than she could have ever expected. She gets to meet her hero, Carol Danvers, and gets to know Carol for who she is as a person, and see the hero behind the moniker Captain Marvel. Iman Vellani is the perfect Miss Marvel because in so many ways she is the character. She is a huge fan of the Marvel Universe, of the comics. She cares so deeply about the theories and where the MCU is headed. Really, every day on set, she would school us with facts and figures about Marvel that we were even surprised by. She really keeps everybody honest. She really cares about her character and actually just wrote and published a Miss Marvel comic for Marvel Comics. And for that, I'm just very excited that the world gets to experience more of her talent. And it's that joy and wonderment and innocence and enthusiasm, that raw enthusiasm that Kamala Khan brings to the Marvels. In the Marvels, we get to pick up where we left off with Monica Rambeau after the events of WandaVision. Of course, at the end of that show, Monica was given a mysterious assignment to go back up into space and to work with Nick Fury. In WandaVision, she was disappointed to learn that she wouldn't be going back up into space, the astronaut that she is. But we get to see her in what's really her natural environment. She's a scientist, she's an astronaut, she's a researcher. So we pick up with Monica up in space, where she is really at her best. And then, of course, unforeseen circumstances cause her light-based powers to become entangled with the likes of Carol Danvers and Kamala Khan. Teyonah Parris is the perfect Monica Rambeau. She is so thoughtful and well-researched. She comes to the table with so many wonderful questions and thoughts. She's enhanced this character so much, and she has a deep love for the character's history. Monica Rambeau actually led the Avengers in the comics back, I think, in the 60s or 70s. She embodied the character incredibly well. She's incredibly physical, and like Monica in this story, really rose to the occasion and became a fully fledged superhero. What audiences should expect when they see Marvels in the theater is a fast-paced, action-packed movie that really cooks, led by three heroes who have an incredible chemistry and who together are much more than the sum of their parts.